Hey, I'm Tim and this is Borderland Homestead. We just met with our driveway permit guy and got permission to get started on our dip crossing. We do not need a culvert, which is nice, saves us more than $1,000. So we're gonna go ahead and get started digging out this little berm here and smoothing it out. So we have a nice transition from the road here down through the ditch, and then a smooth transition up onto our land. That's what we're going to be doing. Finally get to do another project on the land. And of course that's Luna, and she's inspecting the work site. All right, here we go. Luna's our active dog. She's running around all over the place. And Roxy has an issue with her back leg, so she can't walk all that well. She decided to plant herself right in the middle of the driveway to supervise. My wife and the dogs are enjoying some air conditioning in the truck. We knocked down that little berm that runs along here, so we chopped that down. But you can kind of see it from here, there's still a bit of a lump there, and I want to smooth that down so it's much nicer transition. It looks pretty good. It hasn't taken too long so far. That top layer of dirt's very crusty and hard, but once you get underneath, the water from the storm last week seems to have stayed in the soil pretty well. You can see it's nice and dark, whereas the untouched soil is very light tan. All right, back to work. So here I am trying to make a nicer slope onto the property. Still got that big hump kind of in the middle. So I'm just trying to flatten it out so we can get our trailer in and out nice and smooth. I'll come back with, I need to get one of those metal rakes that have like the steel teeth. That way I can pick out more of the rocks, because I really want those rocks. We'll use those for a project in the future, so stay tuned. But I think the transition's pretty decent right now. I'm sure we'll fine tune it over time, and especially after we bring in our trailer. Anyway, that's it for now. Building the driveway entrance, and man, I'm so glad we didn't have to get that culvert. Instead of spending more than $1,000 and having some logistics issues trying to get it here, this is so much easier. 3 shovels, a little help from the wife, and supervision by Luna and Roxy, and a little bit of sweat equity. Here you can see I've gone and bought one of those metal rakes, and I'm cleaning up some of the rocks and moving them off to the side for future projects. Here's a quick before and after of the driveway entrance, and I'm about to find out how wrong I was about the transition being decent. You guys had a little bit of trouble getting in and out, so the guy offered to knock down the big berm for us, which was very generous. It only took him like 5 minutes maybe. It was awesome. Would have been hours of work. So now we have a much nicer transition between the driveway and the road. It's awesome. We have a lot more projects coming up in the future. Be sure to subscribe and give a like for adorable dogs. All right, see you in the next one. Peace.